What? Anyway, hey there guys, what's up? That's what I wanted to do for the intro, guys. Sue me. Anyway, hey there guys, what's up? It's Autobot Mike 18 here with another movie review. Guys, in this video I am going to be reviewing pretty much one of the most hyped up films of the year. And if any Nolan fanboys watching this video, they're probably going to hunt me down if I don't give this film a good review. I mean, this film has been the height of so much, not only Oscar buzz, but just in terms of movies. Like, this is the one movie people were looking forward to all year long, and it is finally out in theaters, and I'm finally going to talk about it in this video. Guys, of course, the movie I'm going to be reviewing in this video is Interstellar. That's right, guys, Interstellar, Christopher Nolan's latest sci-fi epic. His latest film since The Dark Knight Rises, actually. It's been 2 years since The Dark Knight Rises. Now he's given us Interstellar, starring Matthew McConaughey, and I saw the film Thursday night during the early Thursday night screenings. I just watched the movie about an hour ago. I've come home, I've tried to process literally everything I've watched, yeah, like I was lucky enough to get a chance to see the early screening, and the film is already, by the time I upload this video, guys, I'm uploading it the day this film gets released. I'm sure most of you guys will be going to see the movie if you haven't already. But yeah, I myself was definitely looking forward to Interstellar. It was my 5th most hyped up film of the year. I was really pumped for it, namely because it's Nolan. I've also been on I'm a part of the McConaissance, you know, like I'm enjoying the McConaissance. Matthew McConaughey is at the peak of his career, is what I'm trying to get at, and the trailers, everything, the marketing, everything looked perfect for this film going into it. Now I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I even watched Inception a few days ago for the first time just to get ready for Interstellar, and now, having seen it, boy, do I have some thoughts to share on Interstellar. First thing I'm going to get into in this review, guys, is, of course, summing up the plot behind Interstellar. Alright, guys, so the film is set in the present day, and basically Earth is pretty much going downhill. And I mean downhill, I mean really downhill. We are running out of food. There are dust storms galore. It is basically becoming an uninhabitable planet for humans. We can, in the matter of a few years, we are no longer going to be able to live on Earth, which is why the government and a small portion of NASA and the government are working to get this sort of space exploration program going in order to find another inhabitable world, because that's what we need at this point. And the film's main protagonist is Cooper, played by Matthew McConaughey. He's a farmer/engineer. He has 2 young children, and he is basically approached. I'm not going to get into how he's approached, but he is approached by the head of this NASA government program, Michael Caine, played by Michael Caine. And basically what they want to do is get this team together consisting of Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, amongst a few others, and they want to send them out into space. They are going to go through a wormhole that has been created. They're going to go through this wormhole. They're going to be sent into another galaxy. They're going to leave our galaxy, go into another galaxy, and they're going to scour several planets to sort of find an inhabitable, a planet that can be inhabited by humans. Because mankind needs a new home. They want to preserve mankind. We need a new planet because Earth is just not going to do it. So this is now McConaughey's mission, and he's at odds once the film begins because he does not want to leave behind his 2 kids, especially his young daughter Murphy, who he's really close with, and it's going to be difficult, but he decides to go on this mission, accept this mission, find an inhabitable world, an inhabitable planet, so Earth can continue existence. Humankind can continue existence, because Earth is done for. But, McConaughey has to, you know, keep his hopes alive that one day he will return to his children. And that's all I'm going to say about Interstellar. That's all I want to give away about the film, even though I really summed up what is revealed within the first 30 minutes, and there is bunch of other things going on in this movie, which the runtime clocks in at about 2 hours and 50 minutes, just shy of a 3-hour movie. I think if you include the credits, the film neared 3 hours, and that's fine. But with all that being said, guys, Interstellar. You guys want to know why I did the intro I did earlier? I was like this. You guys want to know why I did that? Yeah, because earlier this year I saw a film called Enemy, and in the beginning of that review, I believe I said that Enemy was one of the most confusing films I've ever watched in my life. Yet I loved nearly every bit of that film. And, you know, by this point in the year, I thought to myself, yeah, Enemy's still the most confusing film that I've seen all year, even though I understand that movie more now. You know, and I thought Enemy was going to take that award. No, boy, was I wrong. Interstellar is going to take that award, guys. This is, my word, this is one of the most complex pieces of filmmaking I've ever seen in my entire life. And I guess I mean that in a good way. Kind of, because, yeah, there's a lot going on in this movie, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. You can really follow what's going on in the story. I was completely engaged in the story, especially the first 2 acts. By the time the third act rolls around, something happened. I just lost sight of what was going on in the film, and I don't know what happened. I lost everything. Like, that's what happened to me as I was watching Interstellar. With that said, it sounds like I'm bashing this film. I'm really not. There's so much else to appreciate with Interstellar, namely that this has got to be one of the most breathtaking visual experiences I've ever had in my entire life. This film is an experience, guys. It's a ride, okay? Especially in several key scenes, this film feels like a ride, and it feels like you are actually a part of this journey on the spaceship called the Endurance with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. I literally felt that as I was watching this movie. I'm not even joking with you guys. Once again, Nolan behind the camera. It's just the man knows what he's doing, and he is an absolutely extraordinary visionary director, and he only further shows us this with Interstellar. And the film is nothing shy of a visual masterpiece. By far, probably the best visually looking film I've seen in years. I kid you not. I mean, it blows the effects of gravity right out of the water, guys. I'm sorry. It did. All that said, I really, you know what? I enjoyed this movie, but I'm at odds because I don't fully comprehend this film. And I'm going to get into that later. What I would like to get into right now in regards to Interstellar is the cast. Just briefly going to get into them. I think all the supporting actors were fine for their roles. Very solid cast, by the way. There are a lot of well-known actors that pop in and out of this movie. Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain. Who else do we have in this film? Casey Affleck, Topher Grace, David Oyelowo in one scene. I mean, there are a lot of well-known actors. There is one well-known actor. I completely forgot he was going to be in this movie. He pops in the movie, and my whole audience just, like, we all erupt in shock. Like, we're like, like, we all gasped, and we're like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. He was supposed to be in the movie. I'm not going to say who it is. But yeah, it was a big surprise. Now, who is the one actor I haven't mentioned yet? Oh, yeah, that's right. His name is Mr. Matthew McConaughey, and he is just continuing at this peak of his career. Matthew McConaughey in this film, guys, is just, he's incredible. You know what? He is almost as good. He is as good as he was in Dallas Buyers Club. There, I said it. He's incredible in this film, guys. I mean, so much more was demanded of him in Dallas Buyers Club physically, but emotionally and mentally, I think a lot more was probably demanded of him in Interstellar because of what his character has to go through, and the fact that he perfectly portrays this character and this character's emotions and feelings in this time where he has to leave his children behind. Just, he does it perfectly, guys. I gotta say, there are roughly 3 or 4 really touching, depressing, heartbreaking moments in this film that I honestly think you're going to need to bring a box of tissues to. This film gets really emotional real fast. It's not just some sci-fi epic, some complex sci-fi epic set in outer space with some crazy third act. It is much more than that. It is a lot deeper than that. And Matthew McConaughey definitely pulls off this role. And I gotta say, I wouldn't mind seeing the guy get nominated for another Oscar this year. I don't think it's going to happen because I think it's a very crowded year and he just won. But he deserves to be nominated. The guy really does. I almost broke down for his character in one scene. I mean, when he cries, that's some powerful shit right there, guys. I'm not kidding you. That really is. McConaughey is just incredible in this film. All that said, I would like to move on, get into my rating, get into more of my thoughts on the film, the filmmaking in general. I'm not really going to talk about the story. Here's my thing with Interstellar, guys. Like most of Nolan's films, except for the Dark Knight trilogy, they need to be seen more than once. Inception, I saw it once. Even though I loved it the first time I saw it, I still need to see that movie again, because there are still some things I don't fully understand with that film. And the same can be said, if not more so, for Interstellar, because it is literally one of those films that if you don't, especially for me, there are several plot details I just can't comprehend. I need to watch this movie again. It's killing me. I will watch it again, not in the theaters, but at some other point. And until I watch it again, I can't give it a completely accurate review, so I'm going to try to review it as best as I can. As I've said, I've only seen it once, so I'm trying to base my thoughts and my feelings towards the film on this one viewing. And since I didn't fully comprehend the third act, I really can't give the perfect review I wanted to give. For that reason, despite that, which is arguably my only problem with the film, the fact that this film is a visually striking masterpiece and an absolutely near flawlessly directed film by Christopher Nolan, well scored, well shot, excellent cinematography, stunning performance from Matthew McConaughey, all that taken into effect, I'm going to give Interstellar a solid 8.5 out of 10, or B. I went as high as I did. I left myself some leeway. I didn't want to go any lower than that because I strongly feel that I will enjoy this movie a lot more than I did watching it when I watched it tonight, after I watch it again. But all that said, getting to the things I loved about this film, as I said, this film feels like a ride. The scene where the characters go through the wormhole is probably one of the best scenes I've watched in a film all year long, and I'll tell you guys why. I literally felt like I was in that spaceship with them. Not even that, I felt like I was in a roller coaster, and I was like, there's a shot where the camera like dips, and I felt like I was with these characters. And when a movie can make you feel that, that's some powerful stuff right there, and that tells you that Christopher Nolan, the filmmakers, have done their job correctly. I literally, when that scene happened, I jolted in my chair because of the motion. It bothered me for like 3 seconds. I was like, I'm not used to this. Whoa, stop. And I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Whenever a film can do that, you know how well directed and well shot it is. And that is my highest praise for Interstellar right there. So well directed by Christopher Nolan. Excellent, gorgeous cinematography. There are some beautiful shots in this film, guys. The visual effects are by far the best I've seen in a film all year long, without a doubt. This film is winning the Oscar for Best Visuals. It's one of the best visually looking films I've ever seen in my life. It's the scene with the waves in that, I don't want to spoil anything, the scene in the frozen, icy tundra place, I don't want to spoil a bit of this movie. It's just those shots, those scenes blow you away because of how visually breathtaking they are. Hans Zimmer, once again, never disappoints with his score. The film is very fast-paced, even though there are a few slow moments here or there. And I felt the beginning was kind of rushed, believe it or not, in this 3-hour movie. The beginning was very rushed a little bit. As I said, McConaughey is incredible. The production design was great. The sound editing and the sound mixing, my word, my theater was literally shaking. It was humming. The chairs were vibrating. That's how powerful the sound was in this film, guys. It was starting to affect me. I actually had to, I squirmed in a few moments. That's how crazy this movie is. It's an experience. That is what Interstellar is, and that's what I will remember it as. A worthwhile experience that literally makes you feel like you're part of this expedition. And it's a shame that my only one of my only flaws with the film, apart from the fact that the first half or the first 40 minutes feels a little rushed, is that I literally don't understand the third act. Not that I don't understand it, I feel it is very complex and was so much going on. Again, information overload. This film is so ambitious. Christopher Nolan is throwing all of these things into the plot, and I know they're relevant to the story. All this scientific lingo, all of that, it builds up and it really just boggles your mind. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around every plot point, and I just can't fully yet until I see the movie again. For that reason, I didn't go that high with the film. I didn't enjoy the film as much as I wanted to, even though it is a visual and visually stunning masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece story-wise because I can't fully grasp every story concept, you know, every single element of the film, every theme. I'm having difficulties doing that until I watch the movie again. With that said, guys, again, 8.5 out of 10, solid B. I need to watch the movie again, and I apologize if this isn't the review you guys were hoping for. I did my best, but again, I've only seen the film once, and I really need to see it again in order to fully give you a better opinion on it. That all being said, guys, take that into account. If you guys saw Interstellar, let me know what you thought about it down below. I really enjoyed it. I just need to watch it again, and for that reason, it's not going to end up on like my top 10 or anything until I see it again another time. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll see you guys later. Bye.